Does your gut tell you that Carey Price will be a member of the Seattle Kraken, or do you think he stays in Montreal?
Listen, I love what Frege is doing. I love what Frankie Saravalli is doing. Everybody's digging deep. I spoke to two people close to the situation yesterday. Neither one of them confirmed a real significance of the injury or any real magnitude of the injury. I'm not saying that that hasn't happened, but here's my thing. Isn't it a little bit odd that nobody mentioned Carey Price's injuries after they mentioned the injuries to Shea Weber, and you're now mentioning them a week later? I just think it's a little bit odd, the timing. I really think if Seattle does their due diligence and their medical team see a pathway where Carey Price is either healthy or can return to health, I don't know how you can turn down the opportunity at having Carey Price. I just don't know how you can turn that down because you're not really chasing games off the hop. You're in a good situation. And just think of the marketing too. So imagine bringing Carey Price back home. I know he's from BC, just north of here, but home in the sense that he played junior here and his wife's from here and they spent a lot of time here in the offseason. This is a unique opportunity, as Dom said, and a lot of people around the league are like, Weeksy, how could they not take Carey Price? I know some people, and you mentioned this earlier about the price tag, but as you know at the LCBO back home, you can't buy champagne with beer money.
Are the Seattle Kraken going to select Carey Price?
Oh my gosh, you should have seen me at the golf course this weekend and how many people came up to me and asked me that. You know what? The Seattle Kraken want the Montreal Canadiens and everyone else to think they're going to. You know, it's the only leverage that Ron Francis would maintain to be able to extract something from the Canadiens to have them steer clear of Carey Price. But I think it's a huge risk, and I don't believe they're going to. And it was a big risk before the injury stuff came out over the weekend. Obviously, they were excited about it. They didn't believe that they would have a crack at Carey Price, and lo and behold, he's made available, and it starts to become a very serious discussion based on sources that I spoke with that they were going to likely take him. But, you know, they had to assess his injury history in that, the contract that he comes with for another 5 years, the money they have to pay out, and to have all that hanging overhead on top of the fact that they might not be able to use him in the first year they'd have him, and they won't have clarity on that situation before they make their pick unless something changes the next few minutes or hours or the next 48 hours. I just think it's too much risk for Seattle to take on based on the conversations I'm having. And I do believe they want to keep it alive and keep that leverage alive for Ron Francis to kind of poke at Marc Bergevin and say, hey, you better give me something or I'm going to take him. But I just think at this point that ship might have sailed.